Now, those of you, though, that were in a session I did earlier today with Dominique and Brett talking about Agile data probably think, oh, you know what, Joe said he doesn't really think that BookScan, it's lagging indicator, so why would you bother looking at it? Well, you can see a lot of the stuff that Roger and Ben are able to do that gives us almost real-time analysis and much more thorough analysis than just kind of studying the top 10 titles. Additionally, based on the depth of the coverage you just saw there, it ought to be pretty clear that Roger and Ben are great resources for us to study things like price changes and more real-time data that we have access to as we apply those Agile rules. So I'm up next, and I'm here to talk. I promise I won't take more than about 5 minutes. But the topic here is retooling for faster digital revenue realization, which is a mouthful. But what we're talking about really is acknowledging the fact that as we shift from a print world to a digital world, particularly in O'Reilly's case, where a lot of that digital revenue is direct, we are realizing that revenue faster than we were in the old days, and we want to pass that benefit along to our authors. So first up, I want to back up a second and tell you a little bit about this author portal we have. This is a service that has existed for many years. Every O'Reilly author has access. It gives them a lot of resources they can pull from. You can see O'Reilly Answers, where you can engage with readers. You can set up a blog. You can create a screencast and so forth. And in fact, this is what the nav bar looked like up until recently. And the section towards the middle with royalty statements is something that we're in the process of rolling out and adding. So what I'm here to announce is that O'Reilly, because we want to share that earlier revenue realization with our authors, is moving from a quarterly royalty statement and payment period to a monthly one. We're not first, I realize that, but there are two things I want to play up here. One is as your business shifts more to a digital revenue stream, and particularly if it becomes direct, I would encourage all of you in the publishing world to do the same thing. Secondly, I can't say enough about our portal. It's just a wonderful service. We get all sorts of rave reviews from our authors. Frankly, it's something we use as a negotiating tool with authors for competitive purposes to tell them the sorts of things that we can do for them. And now adding these royalty statements and payment information, you can see all the data that's available. You can download a PDF, and it's basically the same thing as what you would have gotten in print before, but now it's all digital. You're able to access it immediately. Now, I also, if I could turn up the house lights for a moment, we couldn't have done this by ourselves. We did this in partnership with Fidel, and actually joining us today is Greg Guest, who's the VP of Product Marketing. Greg, if you're in the crowd, if you could stand up right over here. Just wanted to give you a face with a name and encourage you to talk to Greg. Again, I get nothing out of this, but Fidel has done a terrific job in helping us get to this point with this service. Thanks, Greg.